Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King Arena for tonight's men's basketball action between the home Wheaton Thunder playing in the second semifinal game of the 26th annual Lee Pfund tournament. They are playing against the Hanover Panthers. Just a few minutes ago, we finished up the game between John Carroll University Blue Streaks and UW Real Falls Falcons. The Blue Streaks were victorious, so they will play in the final game tomorrow night at 7 p.m., hopefully against the Thunder if they are able to come away with a victory tonight here against Hanover. We're going to go to the national anthem in just a moment here. I'm Josh Beisel alongside Dalton Van Esten. Thank you for joining us tonight.
That's it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lee Pfund Classic. We have your Wheaton College Thunder going up against the Hanover College Panthers. And now would everyone please rise for the playing of the national anthem. And now the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Hanover College. At guard, a 5'11 junior out of Clinton. That's 3, Bryce Gilman. At guard, a 6'3 senior out of Union. 21, Ty Houston. At guard, a 6'1 junior out of Zionsville. 25, Max Greenamoyer. Then we have a 6'6 forward out of McCordsville. 35, Ryan Morris. He's a junior. And a senior 6'7 center out of Elnora. Of course, that's 52, Jack Winninger. Hanover's coached by John Miller, who's assisted by Ryan Nowicki and T.J. Schunvogt. And now, Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At guard, a 6'3 senior out of Bowie, number 3, Eddie Scott. At guard, a 5'11 grad student out of Highlands, number 13, Tyson Cruikshank. At forward, a 6'7 grad student out of San Diego, that's 23, T.J. Askew. At guard, a 6'4 junior out of Columbus, number 24, Nick Chavello. And at center, the man in the middle for the Thunder, the 6'9 grad student out of Tempe, 35, Connor Braun. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by J.P., John Panner, and Mr. Zach Quam.
Well, folks, we're getting ready here for tonight's action here at the Lee Pfund tournament. Dalton, before we get into the game, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about what this tournament is all about, so I'm going to hand it over to you to do that.
Yeah, this tournament's named in honor of Lee Pfund, Wheaton's all-time winningest basketball and baseball coach. His basketball teams won 361 games and lost 240, which put his winning percentage at 60% in 24 seasons. He was inducted in the Wheaton Athletic Hall of Fame, and this tournament is now in memory of him. He passed away in 2016 at the age of 96 and is survived by his 3 sons, John, Carey, and Randy, who are all Wheaton alumni and Hall of Honor inductees. So looking forward to honoring him with this tournament the next 2 days and getting this game off to a hot start.
The Thunder will hope to start hot, like you said, as Connor Braun wins the tip there. Eddie Scott with the ball. Now
Connor Braun's getting his first start of the season. It's good to see that.
Yeah, Connor's already been a valuable player for the Thunder. Tyson Cruikshank unloads from 3 off to the right a little bit there. No good. Tyson had a great game. Last time we saw him dropping 23 points in the Thunder's victory last week. Hanover moving the ball quickly already. Good defense by the Thunder. Lots of off-ball movement from the Panthers, and deep three-pointer from Jack Winninger, the senior center, 6'7". The big man hits a three-pointer. Start the game off for the Panthers. TJ Askew, he had a big game for the Thunder last time. Eddie Scott hitting a mid-range J off the feed from Askew.
Scott's got a smaller defender on him, so we're looking to see him getting going early as he comes off that pick and roll right there, and an easy free throw line jumper for him.
Bryce Gilman handling a lot of the point duties here for Hanover early on. He's driving and stripped by Connor Braun. Eddie Scott with the ball once again. Uses the pick from Braun. Sizing up, bigger defender. Tyson driving in. That not what they wanted there. So the Thunder give the ball away before able to get a shot off. Panthers moving the ball. Senior Ty Houston handling it now. Moving around the perimeter. Thunder have held Hanover to some difficult shots so far, as there's another difficult one that goes nowhere, and the Thunder pull away with the rebound. Tyson driving, feed to Scott, down low. Scott puts an easy one in off the glass. Eddie Scott with 4 points early.
Great dish, unselfish by Tyson as he drove and dragged those 2 defenders with him. Handed it off to Eddie Scott, easy finish.
Hanover getting a little mixed up here. Lots of movement around the perimeter. They have had trouble so far getting into the paint. Of course, as I say that, Bryce Gilman drives. He comes out of the paint, rebounded by his teammate. Still moving the ball around the hill. Art Gilman for 3 now. That's no good. That ball out of bounds. Wheaton's going to take possession after that offensive sequence there from Hanover. So after the early three-pointer from Jack Winninger, Hanover not able to get much going here on the offensive end.
Yeah, Wheaton's doing a really good job defending the pick and roll. They're having the help man kind of hedge up and poke the guy a little farther out behind the arc, and having the defender, regroup and get back to his guy. And a miss there from TJ Askew on the floater.
Yeah, that's a good take from TJ, even though he's not able to get the finish. We're going to see him doing some similar stuff to that all night off a nice feed from Tyson. Gilman kicking out to Winninger, who already has 3 points. Winninger driving in. That shot goes in and out, and TJ Askew fighting for the rebound is down. Tyson also down, hustling for that rebound. They're able to get it. Connor Braun for 3, almost off the heel. So the Thunder, after almost giving that ball right back, trying to secure the rebound, get a chance at points there, but not able to finish. Good to see Connor Braun taking a three-pointer, though. Winninger unloads from 3 from the same spot as before, and he hits. So Jack Winninger accounting for all 6 points of the Panthers right now.
He's showing that he's not afraid to shoot from deep, and that he's going to hit it from deep, too, if he's left uncontested or a late pop-out.
Yeah, one of the best weapons you can have as a basketball team is a big guy who can shoot, and Winninger's already showing that he can do that. Braun trying to get it to Askew, not able to get there. A little sloppy. Tyson, step back, almost took it. Tyson's going to get the ball back. Another step back for 3, deep. No good there for Tyson. Winninger able to pull the rebound away. So both teams struggling a little bit more after a faster start. Winninger defended by Braun. Winninger driving in the post. Braun, good defense. Got a hand on it there at the end.
Winiger was looking for some call there, but does not get the call. Hanover will keep the ball down low and have an inbounds play. We'll see it on the replay. Goes up. I mean, he did get him on the arms, but no call there, so they'll play on.
And he got his hand on the ball at the end. I guess that's what counts.
Yeah.
Off the catch, Ty Houston hits for the Panthers. Thunder made some substitutions just a moment ago. Micah Schneiders, the transfer in. Eli Constein also in. TJ Askew's pass batted away and taken by the Panthers. 2-on-1. They're going to have a chance now to regroup. Ty Houston calling for the ball. Houston's been an effective scorer for the Panthers so far this season. Thunder playing tight defense, not giving the Panthers any room to breathe on the perimeter. Gilman trying to drive there. It's going to be a foul. Ball's going to go to the Thunder.
I think he was out of bounds there, actually.
Yeah, I think it was his back heel just barely rubbed there. So Thunder will get to inbound here. Thunder down 4 here. So 2 early buckets from Scott. Nothing since. Thunder will look to establish a rhythm. Still a lot of basketball left to be played here. TJ Askew driving through pressure. They're going to call that one.
We've seen that on every drive so far. As soon as they put the ball on the ground, the entire defense just collapsed right on him. So if he can either get a good lane or kick it out for an open 3, that's what the Thunder need to start looking for.
Yeah, and TJ, he can finish through contact. We've seen that, but last game he just didn't have to fight nearly as much through defense. And speaking of defense, the Panthers take one away. Nick Chavello with a monster block. Take a look at this. Chavello meets him at the top and says, "No, sir."
That is
what a play.
Great transition defense and an exclamation point with that block. And now the Thunder give up the layup on the offensive rebound. But Tyson's going to look to push the pace here.
And Chavello with the finish after the play on the defensive end. Gets the ball on the offense. Scores against contact. Thunder with lots of momentum right now. Winninger in the post. Ball stripped away, but finds Ryan Morris, who's able to put it up. Panthers up 6 now. Thunder crowd a little bit more responsive after the past few possessions. Micah Schneiders with the ball. Entry pass to TJ Askew to Eli Constein. Thought about shooting it. TJ Askew against 2. Gets that ball stripped away.
No, Eli's game is not always the three-point shot, but I'd like to see him take that shot early just to see how his shot's feeling in the night. I mean, it was a short closeout. I think he had time to get the shot up just to see what it was going to be and at best cash in there. But nonetheless, Wheaton will retain possession here as Nate Sock comes onto the court for the first time as TJ Askew will take a seat.
Shot clock below 10. Tyson open lane, and that shot is blocked by Max Greenamoyer. So Tyson had a nice look there, but Greenamore making a great defensive play. Thunder scrambling a bit on the defensive end. That's a wide open shooter for the Panthers, and that shot is short. Rebound Thunder. Tyson into the paint once again. Almost gets the filthy and 1, but he's going to shoot 2 at the line.
That would have been quite the acrobatic finish right there. You see Tyson is just so fast with the ball in his hand. A little hesitation, cuts through the defenders, goes up and under, and unable to get that to go, but earns himself a free throw.
Connor Braun back in the game for Eli Considine.
We're seeing some early and quick substitutions from the Thunder, trying to see what pieces are going to work best against this Hanover team, who have shown that they are actually a pretty formidable opponent at the moment.
Yeah, and not only that, but Hanover playing at a really high pace. Just a lot of moving parts, and the more chances you can get to get fresh guys in the game, the better. Hanover actually not making any substitutions so far. Excuse me, they've only made one from my memory is wide open shooter, despite the closeout from the bigger Nate Sock. Hanover able to hit from 3 once again, so 15 points for the Panthers already. Schneiders gets it to Crookshank. And that three-pointer off, but Braun not happy with that call against him.
You see it right here. That's not much of anything. He kind of just went down on his own. Just a little help from Connor Braun, but not enough to warrant a call. But nonetheless, it's going to go Hanover's way as they're up 7 early on in this game. Coach Schauer making another substitution, bringing in Askew again for Nate Sock. Trying to figure it out as Eddie Scott's now going to the scorer's table, so a lot of substitutions early.
Yeah, and on that call against Braun as Chevello takes a shoulder from Winninger to the face.
Chevello's not a small guy, and he was brought down by a bigger Winninger, so that's a clear foul if you see someone like Chevello hitting the deck.
Yeah. Eddie Scott, as you said, is now in the game for the Thunder. He will inbound.
Andrew Williams also checking in for the first time this game as Snyders and Chevello both head to the bench. Wheaton looking for a quick and easy basket here, get themselves back in a good groove.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to establish an offensive rhythm yet. TJ Askew hoping to break that, fighting against contact, and Askew not been able to get anything going here. Hanover's done a good job of defending him as their three-point shot is off. Thunder escape a little bit after giving up an open look. Askew with the ball once again. Now to Connor Braun. Back to Askew. To Scott, to Williams. Handoff to Tyson for the three, and Tyson hits from three-point land. The reliable fifth-year veteran hitting from the three. Good to see that from the Thunder. That's a good sign.
Steps out again, go Thunder's way. Exactly what they need to get themselves right back in this game early in this first half.
Yeah, and I'm hoping as this game continues, if we see some more of those little mistakes from Hanover, that the Thunder can really capitalize on them.
And they did that in the last possession after a missed shot. They worked the ball around for a good shot instead of forcing one early in the shot clock. Tyson was found open in the corner for a three.
Andrew Williams dribbling now. Passes it into Connor Braun. Braun using his body there. Finds a wide open Eddie Scott for three, and that shot just short. Rolls over the rim. Rebounded by Hanover. Thunder now down 4 to the Panthers. Askew tried to get a hand in there, but despite that, good finish from Max Greenemoyer, who's been doing it on both ends of the floor so far for his Panthers. Williams with the ball. Now Scott. Now Tyson. TJ Askew now with the ball. Lots of movement here for the Thunder. Tyson off the movement. Mid-range shot, no good, and rebounded by Connor Braun. Braun looking for a foul there. Didn't get it. Nice entry pass there from Bryce Gilman to his bigger teammate, and against Braun's defense, nothing there. So the Thunder able to come away with a stop. Tyson driving out to the corner. Andrew Williams, three-pointer just short. A lot of the three-pointers we're seeing so far this game for the Thunder are just off by just a little bit.
Yeah, like the last three-pointers have been good looks too. Eddie Scott with a good open three, and then Andrew Williams a quick corner three right there that was still open. And Hanover's going to call a timeout as they seemed a little all over the place. Couple empty possessions both ways, trying to figure out the best way to attack Hanover's defense as well as Wheaton's defense itself. And Wheaton on the offensive end, they really are having a hard time cutting into the lane as Hanover is clogging up those driving lanes and having active hands at the rim. They're showing that they're a scrappy and quick team.
Yeah, last time we saw the Thunder here in King Arena was last week against Transylvania, who had none of the defensive ability that this Hanover team does. The Panthers have shown themselves to be quite switchable, able to switch matchups really quick, able to get to their guy after getting a screen. And yeah, the Thunder are just going to have to work a lot harder to get a bucket tonight.
I think what they should get going is a little more post touches. We saw Braun back down his defender and then drew the double and kicked it out to a wide open Eddie Scott. They can get more of that ball movement and the post touches. I think it could benefit them in the long run.
Yeah, and Wheaton has the advantage of having a lot of guys on their starting lineup and just available on all positions who have a lot of strength to them, who can really back guys down low. Panthers offensive possession here, no good. Considine almost able to get the rebound, but is tipped off of a Panther. So the Thunder are going to retain possession here.
Looks like Ryan Morris was the last to touch it. He thought it should be their ball, but the Thunder will have it.
So Andrew Williams will inbound. Some more substitutions. Nick Chiavello back in the game.
Tyson will get some good rest. I like this lineup of Andrew Williams, Chiavello, Micah Schneiders, Eli Considine, and Braun all on the court at the same time. Very athletic lineup.
Yeah, you've got some shooting, you've got definitely some defense, and you've got size and strength. It's a nice lineup, I agree. Braun at the top of the key, now to Chiavello, sizing up his defender. Micah Schneiders now. Eli Considine, Braun down low. Back to Schneiders. Schneiders, falling jumper, no good. Hope to see Micah Schneiders taking some more shots this game. He's just a really impressive threat shooting the ball. Hanover continuing to move the ball well on offense, and that three-point attempt from Matt Greenamoyer is no good. Rebounded by the Thunder. Andrew Williams taking the ball up. Andrew Williams driving, using some size against a smaller Bryce Gilman, and Andrew Williams draws the foul, and with the offhand puts it in.
Andrew Williams knows he has a smaller defender on him. He's stronger than the kid and backs him down, draws himself an and one. The crowd's loving it. Tyson got fired up at the scorer's table. That's exactly what Wheaton needs to shift the momentum their way if Andrew can cash in on this three-point play early.
Yeah, you know, Andrew Williams is one of those guys that can be easy to get lost in the shuffle and not really appreciate how much he brings to a team. He's not the fastest guy in the lineup. He's not the strongest, but he has such a great combination of everything you want in a basketball player, and we got to see all those skills on that possession just now.
He has great IQ and great hustle, and that's exactly what you needed as a glue guy on the court.
Hanover continuing to use a lot of picks in their offense here. Winninger has been at the center of all of that. Driving. Andrew Williams on the defensive side, able to force a stop and rebound by Williams. Williams to TJ Askew. Askew bottled up a bit before he gets a chance to get down low. Considine outside the arc. Back to Chiavello. To Tyson. Tyson's got Bryce Gilman on him. Tyson finds an open Andrew Williams, who uncorks from three. And look at that celebration. Andrew Williams is excited, as are the Thunder fans.
Coach Mike Schauer was looking for answers on the bench, and he found it with Andrew Williams. 6 straight points for him, and he ties up the game at 17 halfway through this first half.
Andrew Williams has been exactly what the Thunder have needed to get them back in this game. Ty Houston against a heavy closeout, not able to hit from three. The Thunder, wide open TJ Askew, down low. Nice find from Tyson Cruikshank. Askew puts in an easy layup.
And who was on that closeout earlier? That was Andrew Williams. Led to a fast break, easy finish for Askew, and Hanover is going to need a timeout to talk things over as they're getting picked apart right now on this run by Wheaton. On a 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds, 9-2 run in the last 3 minutes. So they're showing that they can get back into a game quickly. They can shoot themselves into it. They can attack, and especially on the fast break is where they are at their best.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a preview of some momentum shifting the Thunder's way earlier when Chiavello was able to get that incredible block and had to finish just a few moments after. And now with Andrew Williams' play on the floor, the momentum seems just clearly on the side of the Thunder here.
Yeah, he was out on a fast break, and I thought he was about to pull up from deep on that one, but he dished the ball off before swinging it back around. But I thought he was about to pull up from deep because he was feeling it.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to see TJ Askew also getting his first make of the game down low. We saw a lot more makes like that from him during the game against Transylvania. They just weren't able to have an answer for him. Hanover done a much better job making his life difficult tonight, but I think as this game progresses, this really physical, really impressive Thunder team is going to wear down that Panthers defense a bit more.
Yeah, it's so important to see that first basket go through the net, and for Askew, who's someone who's going to keep attacking, and Cruikshank as well as Snyder is the 3 leading scorers for the Thunder. It's important for them to see that ball go through the net and just continue to have that confidence to put the ball up.
Thunder, too, have been playing disciplined basketball. They only have 1 personal foul against them, so great to see that kind of play from the Thunder so far. Against a difficult team, you don't want to give them 3 points at the free throw line. Gilman communicating with his teammates. Askew on the defensive side. Ty Houston now with the ball. Uses the screen from Whittinger. Wide open. That shot is off for Cole Harrett. Rebound Thunder.
A little miscommunication on the defensive side on who was going to close out there. Luckily, back rim there and Thunder ball.
Andrew Williams handling the ball again. Going into the paint against 2. Finds a wide open Eli Constine for 3! Off the feed from Andrew Williams. Eli Constine now with a hot hand.
Don't think that's what Hanover had in mind coming out of the timeout, missing a wide open 3 and giving up a wide open 3 on the defensive side.
You said it earlier, Dalton. Eli had a moment where he thought about taking a 3, ended up driving into a little bit of a late closeout, and there you got to see him take that 3-pointer and make it. Thunder rebound off of nothing from the Hanover offense. Andrew Williams into the paint and finishes off the glass.
This is Andrew's game so far, and everybody is loving it. 8 points in this first half with 6 minutes left to go. He's doing everything.
Andrew Williams, just a player that you can put in at any point, and you know he's going to put in some great work for you. Chevelle on the defensive end against Houston. Wide open. That shot short for the Panthers, and looks like it's going to stay with Hanover.
All Eli can do there is just laugh it off. He might have just gotten it on his fingers, so it might have looked like it was the right call.
Yeah, so despite the miss from Greenamoyer, Panthers get a little bit of luck on their side. Greenamoyer with the ball again, defended by Askew. Now to Whittinger, to Houston. Houston feeds Whittinger down low against 3. Whittinger able to get that one to go against smaller defenders. Thunder now up 5. Andrew Williams from 3, almost.
I like that shot. I like that shot. He's feeling it. He's got to test the waters a little more. I think he has the green light.
Andrew Williams getting his hand on an errant pass there. That ball is going to stay with the Panthers, but Andrew Williams has just brought this Thunder team to life, and he's going to get a well-deserved seat on the bench.
See a little slip screen there. Whittinger was headed to the basket, just overthrew him with the pass, and you know, these last 5 defensive possessions for Wheaton, they've just been out hustling and out working this Hanover team.
Deep inbound forced by great defensive pressure from the Thunder. Whittinger once again setting some big screens for his team. Good rotation here from the Panthers. Whittinger finds himself down low against a lot of contact and jumps into TJ Askew there on the shot attempt. So Whittinger is going to get 2 at the line here.
He baited Askew into jumping on that kind of a just power dribble towards a pump fake, and Askew paid the price committing the foul, and Whittinger will head to the line.
Whittinger makes the first.
It's Hanover's first free throws of the game right there. Wheaton's taken 3 themselves.
Whittinger is far and above the leading scorer for the Panthers so far. With that make, he now has 10. His next closest teammate is Ty Houston with 4.
And Whittinger only averages 11 a game so far this season over the past 2 games. So he's showing that he can put up numbers when he needs to.
Yeah, those 2 early 3-pointers have established him as a multi-level scorer. The Thunder have had to guard him at every point as TJ Askew pulls up and hits with the foul.
Don't let him get hot. Great little screen right there, a little seal. You can't contest that. That's a hard contest for a smaller defender who gets him in his landing zone and on the body. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play off a jump shot.
Now as Hanover's Kyle Krim committing the foul there, and another free point, or easy point rather, for TJ Askew, who's now drawn a little bit with Winninger, so things getting possibly a little bit chippy here between these two very good teams. Seen a lot of this handoff offense around the perimeter here from the Panthers. Lots of screen setting as Chiavello contests a three-pointer from Ty Houston, and Houston makes impressive shot from him. Tyson going into the paint and stopped. Tried to go up, but
jump ball, and Hanover will have possession there. But they're doing, yeah, as you mentioned before, they're doing a lot of pick and rolls, dribble handoffs, and I think they're trying to get that little three on the wing as they have a dribble handoff there and a slip. It's either a slip or a pop every single time.
Yeah. Ty Houston fell on that one. Tyson guarding Houston now. The guards going at each other, and that shot is short. Good defense from Tyson. Eddie Scott sizing up his defender. Chiavello back to TJ Askew. Schneider's rotating. Schneider's moving three. Almost. Rebounded by Winninger. Wheaton's doing a lot better job defending this Hanover offense.
We're seeing them switch everything right now. Instead of trying to fight over the screen, everything's a switch and then a help on the bigger Winninger.
Thunder able to track the rotation really well. And that shot, no good. Good defense from the Thunder. Nice pass from Eddie Scott to Chiavello. Looks off the defense to find Chiavello right underneath the basket.
Chiavello snuck behind Hanover's defensive line and an easy finish. Probably the easiest he'll get all night.
Scott switched on to Winninger now. That is an air ball.
The crowd will let him hear
Panthers.
that. Yeah, so they're switching everything now, but they're athletic enough where they can close out on those three-pointers. I think that's the answer that they needed right there.
Yeah, since they've been able to make that defensive switch, like you're saying, Dalton, the Panthers' offense has just been not nearly as explosive as it was to start this game. Eddie Scott taking the ball up the court. Chiavello now with it to Tyson. To a rotating Eli Considine. Nice dribble moves from Considine. And a little pump fake. Andrew Williams goes up and almost gets it, but blocked by Winninger. Some of the football players behind the Wheaton basket a little upset with the no call there. And
everyone's asking for a travel there. It looked like he went down on his own.
Coach Schauer now having a little conversation with the referee. The Panthers offense now with less than 10 seconds left here on the shot clock. Winninger, desperation three, and he hits. Winninger bringing the game within two now for the Panthers.
And that's frustrating for any defense. You know, they work them down to the last few seconds on the shot clock and then bailed out by a deep three.
Thunder up now only two. Got under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Eddie Scott against his defender. Almost in a fantastic finish, but just not able to get it to fall. Nice move there from Scott.
In a game that seemed to be shifting in Wheaton's direction, now only a 2-point game with a minute and a half left to go in this half. Wheaton 29, 27
Chiavello,
for Hanan over there.
Nice contest there, almost had a finger on it. Was able to force a miss. Tyson to Considine. To Chiavello. Is going to take the three after the jab step, and that one just off the heel.
He needs to shoot that right away. Shoot that in rhythm instead of thinking about it too much.
Yep. Considine now. Back to Tyson. Under 10 left. Tyson bailout there. Chiavello driving in. Nick Chiavello almost. Andrew Williams rebound. Who else? Eli Considine off the Williams feed. That three-pointer no good. Williams single-handedly giving the Thunder another chance on the offensive end, but the Thunder not able to capitalize. Askew by the scorer's table, hoping to get in before this first half ends. Bryce Gilman
Oh, no call of foul on Eddie Scott as he tried to wrap around and pick off the bounce pass into the post. Oh yeah, he got him with the left arm.
Yeah, nice hustle there from Scott. That's kind of the risk you run with a play like that.
Because you want to get good position. You don't want to give up your ground to a bigger offensive player that you're defending, especially in the post. So he tried to use his athleticism to get around, but unfortunately commits a foul.
Now 28.3 seconds left. The Panthers will inbound with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. So the Thunder will have time for another possession on the offensive side of the ball. Gilman inbounds to Winninger. Handoff to Gilman to Houston now. Another handoff to Winninger. Unloads from three, and that shot is off. One of the few times we've seen Winninger not on target from three tonight. Chavello is going to sit. In for him is Micah Schneider, so Wheaton infusing a little more shooting into this lineup. Schauer talking to Andrew Williams. Tyson now taking his time.
You probably got to look for some three or something for Tyson right there.
And there is that three that you called, Dalton. No good there for the Thunder, so the Panthers will heave, and Max Greenamoyer, the junior, almost able to hit on the half-court shot.
And that would have been a gut punch to Wheaton heading into the locker rooms, but they'll go into the locker rooms up to 29-27 at half. Andrew Williams all over that first half, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's the reason that the Wheaton Thunder are in this game and have the lead.
Yeah, exciting game so far. Folks, stay with us. We'll be back after the halftime break for more action between the visiting Hanover Panthers and your home Wheaton Thunder.
Humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, faithful believers. For Christ and his kingdom, Wheaton stands at the forefront of Christian liberal arts education. Here, we facilitate an unparalleled journey for our students, bringing together deep faith and intelligence to pursue their most ambitious callings. At Wheaton, reaching God-given potential is never accomplished alone. From coaches on the field to professors in the classroom, we come together to make space for students to wrestle with timeless questions and pursue biblically informed, thoughtful wisdom as they pursue academic, artistic, and athletic excellence. We are one of the nation's colleges that change lives, because that is exactly what we do. We live, work, serve, and worship together as an educational community centered on Jesus and reflecting the beautiful diversity of his kingdom. It's collaborative, immersive, Christ-centered. Our enduring model, with twin traditions of quality academics and deep faith, along with a faculty of Christian thought leaders and a staff of dedicated believers, allows us to champion the true essence of the Christian liberal arts educational experience. Continuing the legacy lived out by iconic thinkers and evangelical luminaries around the globe, Wheaton integrates and connects disciplines through Christian thought, diverse peers, and contemporary global context. Here, adventurous thinkers and faithful believers come together to create a mosaic of diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and hopes. It's a place of curiosity and conviction, a place to live out your values and pursue your ambitions. Except here, it's not only about what you can achieve. It's about who you can become. Living out our calling with heart and skill through Christ-centered leadership. At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. We call ourselves Thunder because, like thunder, the Wheaton Network is a force moving through Him and for Him to build the church and benefit society worldwide. Like rolling thunder, God's mighty voice calls us to be humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, and faithful believers for Christ and His kingdom.
I think one of the fun things about deciding where to go to college is that all of your peers are in kind of the same place. Remember, other people have done this, other people have gone before me and will come after me and are going through it with me now, but it's not as isolating as it may feel. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first. It started with me just scrolling through website after website of colleges. I knew I wanted something that was medium-sized. I knew that I wanted a strong natural sciences department. I knew that I wanted to be challenged academically inside the classroom, but I also didn't want life to stop in the classroom. I'm grateful that I was able to visit as many schools as I did. A large part of my decision to attend Wheaton was influenced by my campus visit. What instantly stood out to me was that everyone on campus was smiling. I felt welcomed, I felt appreciated, seen, and wanted. And so the application process itself was really joy-filled. The decision process was quite a different story. I got the decisions and acceptances and rejections back, and rejections stung. I became very stressed. I started to question, do I want to keep going to school? Do I want to go far? Do I want to come closer to home? And that's where I really started to ask, okay, what are the options remaining before me? And Wheaton was again at the top. I started to work with Ellen, my admissions counselor. I just worked with her really closely and had several hour-long phone calls just talking through what does a Wheaton education look like, what is the value of a Wheaton education, and got to have personal conversations and interactions. So even during a time that was really stressful, I felt valued and seen as a whole person rather than just a GPA and test scores.
Neuroscience is the study of probably the most unique organ on the planet, the human brain. What does it mean to be a human person? And then what does it mean to live the good life as a result of understanding that? Where a vast majority of the work is right now is helping cure neurodegenerative disease. Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and our National Institute of Health has been pouring money into trying to understand these diseases. There is a lot of hope for discovery that can really impact somebody's life. It's very easy for an undergraduate student to get involved in research. One of my more recent grads is working with one of the top spinal surgeons in the country, and because of his experience doing research here, he was able to just work his way right into that lab. A majority of my students go on to med school, but I had a physics student who is working for Tesla. We've had philosophy students, and we've had folks from the Bible and theology department come in and really press us hard to be precise about how we're talking about what it means to be a human person. A student in our conservatory here took one of my classes and did a project on the neuroscience of music therapy, and this whole world was opened up. She had a passion for both music and science, and she was able to combine them in a way that she just hadn't seen possible before being here. Any student that is just curious about themselves and the way that they work is going to be really well positioned to study the brain. Faith and science can coexist really well. The unique thing about coming to Wheaton to study neuroscience is the integrative nature of it. You are going to learn about how your brain works and how the cells work and how the neural circuits work, but we won't stop there. We will also teach you about your spirit and your soul and how that might interact with your brain to make you who you are. And so I hope that we're putting students out into the world that can answer the big neuroscientific questions, but then can also challenge their colleagues and their audiences to think deeper and to think more carefully about what it means to be a human person.
When I first came to college, I thought I knew exactly what my career path would look like. I had my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, and that all changed drastically, and now my plan looks nothing like that, and that is absolutely okay. In the process of choosing my major, I got so stressed out. I wish that I would have just trusted that in the Lord's timing I would figure it out. It's completely okay not to know your major when you first apply. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out, and I think college is the place that you can figure that out. It's also totally okay if you know exactly what you want to do, what you want to study. You actually don't need to declare a major until your sophomore year, so you'll have lots of time to explore different classes. You can go to different lectures on campus. You can talk to professors and hear different perspectives on the world and on different fields of study. We have our Center for Vocation and Career, which provides students with lots of resources to help think through their vocation. And your faculty and advisors always have their doors open to you if you ever want to talk or have questions. College is the time to explore. It's a time to learn about different things that maybe you haven't in the past. And it's a time to develop passions and continue pouring into passions you already have. Yes, this is definitely an important decision, but remember that the Lord is with you, and don't let the importance of the decision steal the joy from this amazing opportunity that you have ahead of you.
When you're looking at colleges, you may look at the sticker price and say to yourself, I'm not applying to that school because I can't afford it. And I would caution you to not close any doors because there is this price tag that is just out of reach. Cost is an important factor, but there's so many other factors to consider. At Wheaton College, we offer academic scholarships as well as Wheaton Grant, which is need-based aid from the college. So a student may receive scholarships in the range of $10,000 to full tuition. They may also receive significant Wheaton grant based on need, and we determine that, like most institutions do, based on the information that is found on the free application for federal student aid. Colleges aren't commodities. They're not all the same, and there'll be value questions that you have to ask along the way. There's value in knowing that Wheaton alumni have done very well across the board. That we have students from 50 states and over 160-year history. There's value in that. But I also think there's value in the fact that you will be with a group of peers who are excellent in their academic endeavors, but also who love Jesus Christ. You are not just a student who is performing well in the classroom, but that you are a person that has great potential to serve God's kingdom. You're going to be challenged to grow in your faith because you want to be tested and you want to understand what your theological non-negotiables are. So think about the community you're going to be a part of and how they're going to engage you. We want to challenge you to think about why you believe what you believe by people who will encourage you and motivate you. This is an investment that has strong return, not just for you in terms of career, but for you as a follower of Jesus Christ who will be called to great things. Let us work closely with your family. Let us find out more. We work with great expectation and with hope. We do not want to give up on your calling to be at Wheaton College.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King Arena for the second half of tonight's semifinal game of the Pfund tournament between your home Wheaton Thunder and the visiting Hanover Panthers. We've had a action-packed game so far in the first half, with Wheaton coming out on top just 29-27 versus the visiting Panthers. Dalton, what are some things worth noting from the first half, and what are some things we can hope to see from the Thunder in the second?
Yeah, although it's a low-scoring game, it was pretty action-packed and very exciting. We saw some great play from Andrew Williams off the bench, who usually gets around 11 minutes per game, played 10 minutes that first half, and had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Tyson, of course, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, just looking great all around. But both teams not shooting the best right now. Hanover and Wheaton struggling from the field and from deep. So we're hoping to see both teams get hot and have a little bit of a shooting display in the second half.
The Thunder will start off on the offensive side. Chavello handling the ball to Scott, who pulls up for mid-range J. And Eddie Scott opens the second half as he opened the first with 2 points.
And if this goes the same, he'll have a wide-open layup after this for 4 points to start the second half, just like he started the first.
It's worth noting now that the members of the Thunder football team are here to support the basketball players. They've got a big game tomorrow against Bethel, and a travel is called on the Panthers. That one's going to go against Ty Houston, number 21, and the Thunder will take over.
The Thunder showing off the bat that they are fired up and they want to break out to a big lead, as the Thunder football team is chanting, "You can't do that," from behind, getting into this game and getting the Wheaton Thunder really energized for the second half.
Scott with the ball again to Chavello, to Tyson, back to Scott. Scott sizing up his defender, to TJ Askew, to Eli, Considine, to Tyson, step back three, almost, rims out, and TJ Askew on the floor, and that's going to be a foul against the Panthers. That one against Ryan Morris.
That's not even anywhere remotely close to a box out right there. Just using his arms to push back Askew there. Easy call.
So far, the Panthers in the first minute playing a little sloppy. Askew against Whittinger. Almost makes the turnaround jumper. I'd like to see Askew make a few more of those kinds of moves against Whittinger, who is a little bit bigger, has a little bit more muscle on him, but is not as agile as Askew. Whittinger now with the ball. Help defense from Askew against Considine. Whittinger able to get that post hook to fall. He's been the real offensive anchor for this Panthers team tonight.
It's a tall order for Considine, who is obviously smaller, but is one of the stronger defenders on Wheaton's team.
Tyson hounded by the Panthers defense. Considine now, Chavello to Askew in the corner. Under 10 seconds left. Askew backing down his guy. Askew almost getting the hook to fall, looking for a call there. Coach Schauer also looking for a call. Daniel Garza from the bench trying to encourage his teammates. This game is far from over.
He's crouching down just like Coach Schauer, kind of mimicking his coach.
I love the team spirit that the Thunder have. Whittinger driving against Considine, blocked by Eddie Scott. Tyson looking for a shot to the corner.
I don't know if the mic picked that up, but the ref said, I have no idea, and pointed in the Thunder's direction.
So that ball is going to stay with the Thunder.
I have no idea either, sir.
The referee's chuckling a bit there. One of those moments you don't get to see very often. Tyson at the point against Gilman. Askew to Chiavello. Now the Hanover sideline upset.
Nice
Tyson! Crookshank! What a finish against the contact from Bryce Gilman.
What a beautiful cut from Tyson. If we see it on the replay here. Cuts to the rim. Great feed by Scott. Swings it around. Touches in the post. Tyson, backdoor cut. Easy left-hand finish. That's exactly what the Thunder want coming out in this second half. Up 4 the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, that you couldn't, like you said, you couldn't ask for a better start to this second half. The Thunder are playing really energized. The Panthers already making a few mistakes. We got that travel early on. Had some mindless fouling a little bit. We saw that one against Askew just a few moments ago, and Thunder now with a 4-point lead.
It's easy in these first few minutes to come out a little flat-footed, a little tired and stiff from the locker room and from shoot around for the second half. But Wheaton, although they've only extended their lead by 2 points to 4, they've shown that they really do have most of the momentum this game, have the energy in this second half, and an early timeout from Hanover to draw something up on this half-court set. See if they have an answer early in the second half for the Thunder.
You also have to shout out the advantage of playing in front of a raucous home crowd here in King Arena. The football team, a big part of that right now. Behind the Hanover basket is Ty Houston, rejected by TJ Askew.
TJ had a big block in last game, and we see it again right there. Winds up and swats that into the stands. He is a menace on the defensive side.
No respect for his opponent from Askew. Hanover moving the ball here, hoping to get something happen. Ty Houston off of a screen, no good. That jumper was not close.
Pretty much a point-blank miss right there.
Tyson sizing up the defense, uses the screen from Askew. Eddie Scott in the corner for 3. That shot just short, and TJ Askew going up to try and
another foul
get the
call
rebound.
on the rebound.
That's going to be a...
Oh, I guess on the box out as Askew is going up, kind of cutting the legs out from underneath him.
Yeah.
It's never something you want to see.
I think that one's going to go against Winninger. Eddie Scott takes the inbound. Tyson able to keep himself from stepping out of bounds. Back to Tyson now.
I'd love to see Tyson go to work right here, just blow by his defender.
Almost able to get something going there, and Tyson ends up on the ground, slapping the hard one in frustration, and Gilman was driving, almost stripped by Connor Braun as Ty Houston hits from the corner. Houston this season has been one of the better offensive players, especially as a shooter for the Panthers, but he's been a little slow to start tonight's game. The Panthers will need him to contribute to have a chance of winning this one. Chiavello posted up, wide open Scott, driving lane. That one drops for Eddie Scott, who's had no problem scoring inside the arc tonight.
That's a man's take right there. He saw that he was short on the three-pointer early and had a wide open lane, and any good basketball player is going to want to attack that hoop.
Yeah, and Scott, when he gets a head full of steam, it's hard to stop. He's a really crafty finisher. Got some nice size for a guard, too, as Hanover unloads a 3, no good. Almost had a chance at another one. Ty Houston instead trying to make a play down low. Bryce Gilman now from 3. That one's long. Ty Houston got banged up a little bit there.
He's holding his mouth right now. Just might have gotten knocked on that shot.
So a little bit more physical play here, too, in the second half from both teams.
See Andrew Williams checking back into the game for Eddie Scott. Andrew provided great minutes in the first half, hoping to give that spark to extend this lead to double digits soon. Williams is going to bring the ball up now as we see some cuts on the offensive side. Swings the ball around. Askew with it. Drives into the paint. Gets fouled. Good take by Askew, trying to force up a shot. We'll see on this replay. Drives to the middle. Hands everywhere. Gets up some form of a shot. Earns himself a trip to the line.
That's a great thing to see from Askew. In the first half, a lot of those takes into the paint were contested, but Askew kind of shied away from the contact a little bit, tried to kick it out, but sometimes it's just better to really just bulldoze your way in and know that you're probably going to draw a foul, especially into a horde of defenders like he did just there. And Askew, great shooter from the line.
And especially if you're a taller player going into the paint, you want to keep that ball high so the defenders kind of slap at your arms instead of the ball.
Yep, exactly, and that's exactly what Askew did, and had players from Hanover slapping at the ball in his arms on every portion of his shot as Winninger unloads from deep early in the shot clock. The Panthers head coach not too happy as Tyson answers the missed three with a make.
That is so smooth. Brings it crossover, step back, bottom of the net. Timeout Hanover as Wheaton opens up this game in the second half, up 7 within the first 5 minutes. Tyson Cruikshank with a deep three right there to send Hanover searching for answers.
You know, in your post-game interview last time we were here at home with Coach Mike Schauer, he was praising the play of Tyson Cruikshank, and one of the things he said that I think I'm going to be quoting all season is he told you and everyone else watching that he would love to see someone try and give him a list of 20 players in Division III basketball that are better than Tyson. And when he makes plays like that, it's hard to argue with that from Coach Schauer.
He's such a shifty guard, and he's proven, first team all-conference for sure. This conference has a lot of great guards, and I'm excited to see that as we head into conference play in the next few weeks. But Tyson just is so dominant, so quick and crafty, and unselfish too. While he has 10 points and hit double digits, he has 5 rebounds and 4 assists too. So he's filling up that stat sheet and showing why he's one of the best all-around players and a great leader for this Thunder team to have. He started all last year and started the year before. He is really just a born leader that this team really needs as a senior leadership. We have the transfers who are both grad students, but they weren't used to being in this program, and Tyson is able to take them under his wing and really show them the ropes, and it's been working so far. Askew and Snyders are both the second and third leading scorers, both transfers who are so talented, and Tyson leading the way with 21.5 points a game so far throughout the season. But it's just so good to see him get going early.
The football team during the timeout having a little bit of fun with the officiating crew, who will now hand the ball off for a Panthers inbound. Houston gets it to Gilman, who will start with the ball in the offensive possession here, guarded by Andrew Williams, who's in the game. Houston passing it around. Now Winninger back to Houston, guarded by Chiavello now. Chiavello following through the switch. Winninger guarded by Braun. Braun, good defense and rejected. Winninger going nowhere with that attempt. Tyson dancing in the lane. Connor Braun for 3. Yes, sir! Make a play underneath the basket and make one on the arc.
And just like that, Wheaton is up 10. They have broken up a great lead for this second half. Everyone's fired up. The bench is all standing. Connor Braun was a little chirping back to the bench.
The Thunder now playing their brand of basketball, and Braun forcing another miss.
Winninger has nothing down low. All he can do is just try to back down the defender with his sheer strength, and we get a foul called as Cruikshank is going to go to the line. See him drive to the hoop here. But back on the defensive side, Connor Braun is just a great defender, holding his ground to a bigger player like Winninger. And while he can give up some room, like backing him down, there's not many post moves that Winninger can get up over Connor Braun.
Yeah, Braun is tall. Like you said, doesn't have the bulk of Winninger, but Braun's also got a great wingspan, just really athletic player. High basketball IQ that we got to see on those past 2 defensive possessions, not biting on any of Winninger's moves. Tyson misses the second free throw there. Thunder now up 10, their biggest lead of the game. They have been firmly in control to start this second half after a back-and-forth first half. The Panthers have looked a little off, a little disheveled even. Good defense here from the Thunder. Switching. Chiavello still with his man. Houston trying to get something down low, and he does. Good defense there from Nick Chiavello, but just not something you can really do against a nice finish like that from Ty Houston. Chiavello now with the ball on the offensive end. Chiavello going in and brought to the ground, and there's going to be no call there. Chiavello took a lot of contact going into the paint. Still seeing this handoff action here around the perimeter for the Panthers. Not a lot of dribbling for this team. They like to move the ball around a lot. Andrew Williams on the floor against Gilman. Considine closing out there, letting his man Luke Miller get inside the arc. Good closeout there from Eli, but able to just bid on the pump fake there, and Hanover able to get 2 points out of it. They've scored two baskets unanswered now. Tyson with the ball. Considine on the three-point line to Chiavello, to Tyson, outside the arc once again.
Tyson calling for a screen, pulls up from deep,
Buries it!
Sir! Tyson Crookshank, as Hanover's going to call another timeout, called for that screen, eyes up Winiger and says, "I'll hit this right in your mouth."
Tyson calling his own number, getting it done. Man, he is a special, special player. Thunder now back up to a 9-point lead here on the Panthers.
That brings Tyson up to 13 points in this game now.
13
Pulling up
for
from
number
deep right
13.
there. 13
Yep.
for 13.
Yeah, that was a impressive play. Not a lot of players have the ability or the confidence to call their own number like that, and if there's any player on Coach Shower's team that has the green light to do something like that, it's got to be Tyson.
Yeah, he's shown why he's a leading scorer. I mean, he's missed a few shots, missed a few free throws, but that doesn't slow him down at all. He's always looking for his shot and something to get the team going and the offensive, the energy that they need for sure.
Well, and Tyson is far from one-dimensional. Not only is he a phenomenal scorer, but for his size, he's a tremendous rebounder. He has 6 tonight, actually leading his team in rebounds as well as assists. He's got 5 of those on the night, so just a point guard in every sense. He can do it all.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, he's leading the team in rebounds when he's the smallest player on the court for the Thunder.
Yeah.
But he's not shy to go in there and grab what's his.
Not to mention the fact that he's got some pretty tall teammates out there.
Yeah.
The Panthers will look to make something happen here after coming out of the timeout. They're going to get an open look from 3, and that shot is very long. And
that did not hit much right there.
Long shot is rebounded, and it's going to be another three-point attempt, this time from Ty Houston, who that one is short. So Hanover will retain possession. Take a look at the replay here.
They're calling a foul on.
I think that's against Braun. I think
so.
I think it's calling a loose ball foul there against Braun. Gilman with the inbound. Inbound a little long. Corralled before becoming a turnover. Good defense down low from Connor Braun.
It's a great contest.
Yep, deep 2, no good. Rebound to Askew, handoff to Williams, back to Askew, driving, finds Connor Braun down low. Connor Braun off the glass, easy 2.
Without Winiger in the game, Hanover is struggling for height, especially on the defensive side too. Connor Braun really could have just held that ball up there for a while and just put it up whenever.
Fun to see the big man Askew feeding the fellow big man Braun there. It's going to be a foul there on Eli Considine.
Maybe just grabbing him, coming over the screen.
Yeah, looks like it.
With that left arm.
Football team letting the Panthers offense hear it now. That ball is on the ground, and Eli Considine on top of a Panther as they try to keep the ball in their possession.
Jump ball. It'll stay over here with Hanover. But good hands from Braun to get good positioning where that made it a tougher pass and an errant pass in and of itself.
Yeah, and that jump ball now going to force the Panthers into an 8-second possession here. Ty Houston against Askew. Good contest from Askew, but even better shot from Houston.
That is a great finish over a really tall and athletic Askew. And if Hanover wants to get back to this game, Houston's going to have to do it himself.
Yeah, he's really heated up here in the second half, keeping the Panthers' hopes alive. Andrew Williams for three. That one short. Battle for the rebound. It's going to be foul called there.
Foul on Askew.
Yep. I think a similar situation, a loose ball foul kind of deal.
I think coming in for the rebound might have hit someone in the back. We'll get some subs on the court as Cruikshank comes back into the game, along with Eddie Scott and Nick Chavello's out there as well, with Braun and Askew.
So Thunder up 9 still, holding on to that bigger lead. Three-pointer from Hanover is off the right side of the rim. Rebound collected by Hanover, however. They really have been letting that three ball fly. Houston now with the ball, trying to cook here against Chavello, against a good contest from Chavello, who forces a short miss. Askew trying to take it coast to coast. He's going to get that ball knocked away. Ball's going to stay with the Thunder.
We didn't see much of this last year with the big man leading the break, but Askew showing he has some handles but gets poked from behind, and we'll have an inbounds here. Ooh. And a quick foul call on the inbounds pass. Braun had awesome position for an easy finish, and they'll reset this inbounds play.
Yeah, fun to see a player like Askew just jetting up the court like that.
No surprise here that Winiger is checking back into the game to provide some defense for Hanover. Oh!
Almost an alley-oop there. Askew just wasn't able to get it in. Would have been a really pretty play if it had counted. So Hanover still sticking in this one. They're going to have to make something happen here, though, as the clock continues to wind down in this game. Thunder looking to play in the championship game against John Carroll tomorrow. Winiger, three-pointer, very long.
He might have been sitting on the bench a little too long, and the football team is going to let him hear that.
Yeah, he's going to be hearing from every time he touches the ball for the rest of the night. Connor Braun almost shot it, like you said. Tyson will shoot it, though, and he's good!
That's probably a little more reliable, having your captain and best player and best scorer on the team take a wide open three. I'm fine with that now.
No one makes shooting the three ball look easier than Tyson Cruikshank does. Low pass to Winiger in the corner. He would have had a chance to shoot it if he would have gotten a better feed. Winiger working in the post. No good. Good defense, and Tyson down on the ground. Hard fall. Tyson gets up very quickly. He's all good. Just got tangled up there.
Letting the football team know he's all good by hyping them up and getting hyped up himself. But Hanover's going to head to the line here, where Ryan Morris will take some free throws.
The football team reenacting a birth here. Definitely can't show that on camera. Eli Considine at the scorer's table for the Thunder. He'll come in here in just a moment.
And it worked. And the football team cheers as Morris is visibly frustrated with himself for missing that.
Yeah, that one looked like it was going in, but went in and out back over the front of the rim. Morris will try to make the second, and he does. So 1 for 2 from the line for Ryan Morris. Eddie Scott is in the game. Eli Constein also in. Constein off the handoff from Askew, driving against Winninger. Almost tried to kiss it off the glass with a little English on it, but just not enough spin on that one. Winninger setting a screen for Houston. The Thunder have done a good job tracking all the movement of the Panthers' offense as Chevello almost gets that, and that ball is going to stay with the Panthers.
Chevello looks like he touched it last.
Thunder now up 11 on the Panthers, who have been scoreless for a while now. Winninger, handoff to Gilman. Shot from the corner for the Panthers is no good. They have struggled from the three-point line in this second half.
That's a great box out by Constein on the bigger Winninger. I'd like to see them feed him the ball here because he's got Winninger guarding him. He's obviously quicker, so if he could attack him or take the three right here, front rim, short.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Eli against Winninger, that last layup possession from Eli, he was working against Winninger, got the drop on him with his great footwork and speed, just wasn't able to finish. Like you said, hope to see more of that as Houston's shot comes off the front of the rim. Tyson pushing the pace, finds Chevello. Tyson working against a screen.
Eddie Scott looked to be open there on the cut, but just missed him in that window.
Askew at the perimeter. Askew finds Scott, nice pass. Now to Chevello from three!
Eddie Scott had a wide open look, but said, I'm going to make the extra pass. Hits Chevello in rhythm, buries it. That's great unselfish basketball right there from Eddie Scott. Yes. Hanover's going to need a timeout, down 14. Wheaton's starting to open it up with 6.5 minutes left to go in this second half. Shower has to be happy with how his team's responded to not the best shooting night by finding the open look and easy baskets.
Yeah, Eddie Scott has been one of the unsung heroes of the Thunder tonight. He has 8 points, 4 from 7 from the field. He's also got 4 assists after that nice dump off to Chevello, as well as a block. So Eddie Scott's been great in the minutes he's played. Andrew Williams, fellow guard, who's been able to put in some valuable playing time as well.
It's not just a one-dimensional game right now. It's all spread about. I mean, you have Cruikshank with 16, Askew with 6, Chevello with 7 himself, and then obviously Eddie Scott and Andrew Williams both with 8. But you got 5 from Braun and 3 from Constein. They're spreading the wealth right now, that's for sure.
Well, when you have such a deep team like the Thunder does, you're going to have a lot of games where everyone who gets a chance to have their hands on the ball is going to be able to do something with it. And that's the story we've seen tonight. I mean, obviously you have Tyson unsurprisingly leading his team in scoring so far, but he's gotten help from many other teammates. A lot of others in the scoring column tonight for the Thunder.
In these next 2 minutes, it's key for Wheaton to just command them, and they could potentially end the game in these next 2 minutes if they break out an even bigger lead than the 14-point lead they have at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see what the Thunder have here. Nice balanced lineup in for them right now. Good balance of shooting, of hustle, defense, good switchability as well. The Panthers just really struggling to get anything going, attempting to get in the lane and just not having anything go. Shot clock down to 1. That's going to be a shot clock violation against Hanover. The first one of the game. I've been waiting for when it would happen as the Thunder defense has just been stifling anything Hanover has done.
Those are the possessions that win games right there. Not the deep threes, but it's the ones that you force your opponent into having nothing. The last 4 offensive possessions for Hanover has either been a contested shot, fade away, or a shot clock violation like that. It's just the defense, as you said, is suffocating right now.
Tyson off a screen, almost hits. So the Panthers will get a chance to respond after Wheaton gets nothing on that last one. Gilman passes. Gets back to Winninger now, who's driving against Braun. Help defense from Constein. And another miss from Winninger. And not just a miss, another air ball. And the football team is happy with that one. Connor Braun down low. Almost gets a strong finish. Rebound, Considine.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Chiavello off the front of the rim. Rebound, Tyson.
And he's going to settle them down at half court right now.
To Eli Considine, who almost finishes. That layup just a little too strong off the glass. Comes off the left side of the rim. Good offensive possession there, though. Good ball movement, good rebounding as Ty Houston shot is off. Man, the Panthers just have had chances here to score, but just not able to hit, especially from downtown. Tyson open from three. That one is good. Tyson Cruikshank, another three-pointer.
He is not going to miss many of those. You leave him wide open from the top of the key, that's his sweet spot right there.
And he is just a stone-cold killer. No reaction ever after hitting big shots, and it's just so fun to see him cook as we're going to get a foul here against Eli Considine.
Tyson actually with the foul.
Yeah, against Tyson.
It was good help by Considine, but Cruikshank, I think, just got him on the hip with a little more body contact than anything else. We see Greenamoyer unfazed by the Wheaton football team as he makes the first. We'll see what they have up their sleeve for this next one.
Looks like we're getting a back squat imitation there, and that one not able to phase.
And now a soft press from the Panthers.
Yep. Just waiting for that to show up. Thunder up 15. Williams with the ball to Chiavello, to Scott. Scott sizing up the bigger Winninger to Chiavello on the outside. That pass intended for Williams is picked off by Ty Houston. Houston to Gilman. Panthers still moving around. Winninger back to Houston. Picked off by Tyson. A chance for a layup and one.
He saw Greenamoyer eyeing him up. Easy telegraph pass right here. Picks it off. Heads out on that fast break. Greenamoyer tries to challenge him, and Tyson takes the contact with the finish. That gets him to 19 points on the night. Here's a chance to get to 20.
And even with a slow scoring start from Tyson and some struggles from the free throw line, he has still been excellent. He now has 8 rebounds and a steal after that nice fast break layup. Winninger handling the ball, hearing it from the crowd. Houston driving in, almost had a nice finish there. Tyson moving the ball quickly. Andrew Williams against contact, almost able to get it to fall. Chiavello, offensive rebound and put back.
Coach Schauer just please asking them to slow it down. He loves the energy, but just wants them to settle down right now, being up 19. Timeout from Hanover, 3 minutes left to go. Wheaton up 19. We gotta love what we're seeing from the Thunder right here. Action on the boards, action on the fast break, and just stifling defense, not letting Hanover do anything. I mean, they're shooting 26% from the field and 24% from three. I mean, if you're just looking at the stats as a bystander, you're gonna think, oh, they just might have had a bad shooting night. But if you're watching this game, you're seeing it's really Wheaton's defense that's forcing them into impossible shots to make and just turnovers, lazy turnovers.
Yeah, and the Thunder already surpassing their first half total of 29 points. Now they have 31 in the second, whereas Hanover, who had 27 in the first, only has 14 here in the second. So they have just dropped off as far as scoring is concerned, shooting just 19% from the floor in the second, 10% from three. Only 1 3-point make on 10 attempts for the Panthers in this second half.
Yeah, that's not going to win games right there.
Schauer was able to use that timeout. Like you said, he loves the energy, but sometimes you just got to ask him to calm down just a little bit. Hanover making a big round of substitutions here. At this point in the game, they realize it's largely out of hand. hoping some new blood could change that, as newcomer Caden McCullough hits his first shot of the game, a nice mid-range jumper. The Thunder still have a lot of their main starters in, as well as Andrew Williams. Now Chavello with the ball in the post, working against a smaller defender. Chavello, hook shot, no good. Chavello with the rebound of his own miss. Shot clock running down. Eddie Scott, deep three. Almost. That one hit the shot clock, and looked like it may have had a chance to bounce in there if it had not hit that, but Thunder still get a decent look at the basket even with the shot clock expiring.
And these next couple minutes, it's important for Coach Auer to see how his team's just going to close out a game, how they will command a lead with 2 minutes left to go, if they'll handle the ball well and not make lazy turnovers, even though it's pretty much finished up 17 with 2 minutes left. As Andrew Williams with the takeaway here, and he'll have the easiest finish of the night. That puts him in double digits, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Someone who was so important in the first half. Gets in that passing lane on a poor, lazy pass there, and finishes with the right hand on the fast break, and he'll head to the bench. Everyone fired up for his great performance tonight.
I can't think of a better exclamation point of a resounding victory than ending on a play like that from Williams. And wow.
Okay.
The Panthers answering with a deep three-pointer from Cole Harrett, who saw some minutes early in this game and now is back on the court for the first time in a while. At this point, the Panthers might as well let it fly. Worth noting, too, the Thunder made a round of substitutions in are Nate Sock, Daniel Garza, and Jacob Schauer. Eddie Scott against the defense. Oh, Eddie Scott almost able to get it. Rebound Thunder. Micah Schneiders for three. Yes, sir! Micah Schneiders
didn't have the game he wanted tonight, but he shows right there what he's capable of. A three-pointer at the shot clock. Buries it contested from deep.
Schneiders has one of the purest shooting strokes I have ever seen. We see why that's so advantageous to him on that one. Harrett driving against Scott. Nothing there. Rebound by Sock. We're going to get
timeout for a substitution as Billy Durkin's going to check in. Sophomore transfer from Lewis University.
So Scott will sit after playing a great game. Schauer handing the ball to Sock, to Durkin, to Daniel Garza, the senior. Back to Schneiders, who fires again. That one off, but good-looking shot from Schneiders, just unafraid to pull the trigger.
Ooh, late whistle there. I thought that was pretty good defense from Durkin, but on this replay we'll see what the call was.
Yeah.
Maybe just on the arms.
Yeah, Avery Saunders was the ball handler there. Now he's going to have 2 shots at the line.
These free throws are just now a formality as the game's pretty much wrapped up with 20 seconds left to go. Wheaton's leading 65-47. Another good performance, especially in the second half from the Thunder's defense. Usually we're talking all about their offense and how talented they are in their weapons, but they are showing why they are such a great all-around team. As they'll dribble the clock out right here. Schauer putting the finishing touches on the game.
The football team happy with this performance, as well as the other Thunder fans. We're going to get to hear in just a moment from Coach Mike Schauer. We're going to get to hear his post-game comments as he's going to have a quick talk with my colleague Dalton Van Esselston. But great game from the Thunder after a back-and-forth first half. The Thunder taking control in the second, outscoring Hanover by 15 in the second. 36 points in the second half for the Thunder, only 21 in the second for Hanover. Big game from Tyson Cruikshank, who shot 5 for 11 from three-point land. Also led his team in rebounds and assists. Picked up a steal for good measure in his 35 minutes of play. We'll go to Dalton now with the post-game interview with Coach Mike Schauer.
I'm on the floor here with Coach Shower. Coach Shower, great win tonight. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, pretty pleased. They're really good. We've played them a few times over the years, and what they do offensively has always given us a whole lot of problems. The 2 times we've won, we've had a week to prepare. The time they beat us in here, we played them on a back-to-back tournament night. What they do is distinctive from what our league does, and John's such a great coach. I was really pleased to hold them to 48. You know, we looked like we hadn't played in a week. But I was really pleased. All week, Andrew Williams was our best player in practice. And I was just, it's just a message that stuff matters. And we were going to get beat tonight if Andrew doesn't show up. So I'm pleased with a lot of guys, but I was really happy for the way he played. I'm going to say one more thing. Big weekend now, right? Obviously, big weekend here. We got football tomorrow. Swimming's here. And then we're going to play a top 25 caliber team. You're going to have one of the best games in the country at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Thank you, Coach Shower. You heard it there. We got Wheaton football tomorrow against Bethel, Wheaton swim against Carthage Meet, and then tomorrow night at 7 p.m., Wheaton will host John Carroll at the final of this League Fund tournament. I'm Dalton Van Esselstyn. Have a great night.